Herzlich willkommen aus dem wunderbaren Morcor TV Studio hier im Ruhrgebiet. Und ich freue mich riesig auf ein neues Interview mit Tobin Esperance from Papa Roach. Tobin, how are you?
Wunderbar.
Amazing. That's. I think it's pretty early right now in the US right now.
I slept in because I was up late night,
Okay.
and so I'm still kind of dirty. Like I haven't taken a shower or brushed my teeth yet.
But I think you look good and very amazing. So.
Oh, thank you. It always helps when you put a bunch of guitars behind you. You know, this is my studio. It's a mess right now. I'm cleaning up, and I'm actually trying to get rid of a bunch of gear that I don't use anymore. So I'm just doing that at the moment.
Okay, so you're trying to sell them.
Yeah, sell some stuff, give some stuff away, fix things. Yeah,
But
get rid of stuff. I'm really trying to unload. You know, I'm trying to live that minimalist lifestyle.
This is pretty cool because I'm also selling right now a lot of stuff on eBay and trying to get rid of them. But I hope it's
reverb. That's the way to go.
okay. I don't know it, but is it? I don't. I really hope that it's not not an effect from Corona that you need to sell your instruments.
No. But the downtime, like having this time at home,
Yeah.
has been kind of a blessing in disguise because it's like, you know, I get to do like I would never spend my spare time doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
You know, and so that and getting to spend a lot of time with my family, you know, my daughter, my wife, and
Yeah.
it's been we've made the best of it for sure.
That's a very good approach for this situation. I think most of us are trying to do the same thing, but it's still hard, especially for the music industry.
Yeah,
But
you know, Germany was the last place we were at before we had to leave.
I know,
On
yeah.
tour and go home, and like I like genuinely miss Germany, miss playing shows there. It really is our favorite place to play. We get the most love, and yeah, we're dying to get back. We can't wait.
Oh, this is. I need to do the big heart for you,
Yeah.
speaking for all the Germans who are hearing these sweet words. Thank you very much, Tobin. Let's talk about your new record. It's a greatest hits record, your second one, the
Yeah.
Better Noise Years, and will be released on March 19th this year. And well, it contains 15 remastered tracks. And how did you choose the songs for the whole record, and how did you choose? And what were the idea to choose the special songs for the remakes, for example, like you did with Danny Wisnop? So, who had the idea? Was this your idea, or did your label decide?
Yeah, no, it wasn't my idea. It was the label. So, but they picked some good songs. You know, I think that's the hardest part for any band is having to pick their own songs for something. It's usually better when somebody else does it, you
Yeah.
know, or you let the fans decide. Like we have a hard enough time just figuring out what our set list is going to be when we play a live show.
Yeah.
That's a good problem to have when you got a lot of good songs. You know, we got a lot of songs.
So yeah, that's right. And would you say there's one song missing, in your opinion?
No. Well, is Falling Apart on there? Falling Apart, I hope, is on there.
Actually, I need to check the track list, but I think I've read it. Yeah. You got the track list? Because I can check it too.
I don't have it. I don't even know what songs are on it.
So
But
let me.
I'm sure it's great.
I think that's good that you did. Okay, so let's move on talking about this record. You know that there are remixes on it.
Yes, there are remixes. Yeah, we had a friend, Sebastian. He's got a weird name now. I think it's Cymex.
Yeah.
That's like his DJ name. He used to be a guitar player in a band that we were friends with called After Midnight Project here in America. And now he does like his own production, electronic music and stuff like that. He did a remix. I know Jake Pitts, shredder guitar player.
Yeah.
I forget what was the band he was in. I just went blank. But yeah, he did a great remix. Yeah, and then we got the song with Danny Warsnop, dude.
Yeah.
Danny Van Halen. That's what I like to call him because he's a
Danny Van Halen.
yeah, because he's a character, dude. He's a rock star, dude. I love that guy. Talented singer.
That's pretty cool. And which remix or which new version do you like most?
I know that the Born for Greatness one is cool, and I know that I think, I don't know, they're all cool. It's hard to pick one,
The
but
best.
yeah, it's all good. Yeah, but I think what I'm most excited about is just looking back at like a body of work, just 10 years. Another, like, this is Greatest Hits Part 2.
Yeah.
That means we've been doing this a long ass time,
Nearly 30 years. So
Yeah. And then look at us though. We're still so young and handsome. Like, how did we do that? I don't know.
so the greatest hits record is called The Better Noise Years.
Yeah.
Are I think it's too obvious to ask this, but are these the songs with the better noise or the better music? Are these the better music years or the better noise years?
I don't know. I mean, I think that's why I think that's named after the label.
Yeah, sure. That's pretty obvious, but is there a second meaning in it?
I wouldn't say it's better. I would just say that it's just, the second chapter, it's the next evolution and a new one has begun, So, I mean, because like, if you think about the first 10 years of our career, when you have your first anything, it's always kind of going to be the most special, because everything is so new.
Yeah.
And, like from about 2010 to 2020, we were in a different frame of mind, a different place in our lives, and a different place in our career. And musically, I think this is a really good representation of where we are at. And yeah, I'm really excited because we've begun, the next chapter, which would be like the next 10 years. Maybe we'll have a greatest hits, part 3, because we're really excited where we're at right now. We have a new record that we're finishing. Exactly. And it just seems like we're going to keep going because we're really having fun and we're really making music that we're excited about.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Just a short question to the greatest hits record. There are also 2 songs which are acoustic versions of, in particular, Face Everything and Rise and Leader of the Broken Home. And you also performed acoustic versions on your last tour, for example, in Germany. And what is the attraction of an acoustic performance at a concert, or also?
I don't know. It's something that the fans really, really love. I don't know if it's like that with every band, but I know with us, every time we have a conversation with any of our fans, they're always asking if we're going to do an acoustic show or put out an acoustic album. And to be honest, like, as a band, we've always struggled with doing things acoustically. Like, we don't always, I'll be honest and say, well, we're not always excited to do it. But I feel like anytime we struggle or have a challenge, or we kind of have to force ourselves to get into doing something, wrestling with it a little bit, it always ends up becoming a special thing. In the end, it's like it just becomes something that, we end up embracing it and then doing it, and it becomes awesome and memorable. So I've been thinking more and more about the fact that it's the last thing that we want to do, so it should probably be the first thing that we do is probably work on doing some kind of like acoustic record, because I don't know, people just love it. And I think it really is when you can take a song and you can break it down to just its raw, essential ingredients, an acoustic guitar and vocals, and it still holds up, then you got a good song,
That's right. Actually, yeah, that's right. If it just works with the guitar and the singer, and the song is amazing. You don't try to play weak songs on the acoustic guitar, which sounds, not so cool. So definitely, you're right. You mentioned already that you're working on a new record.
Yes.
After your Best Of record, and this will be hopefully released this year. I heard it should be released with the tour.
I think we're dying to get some new music out. So the record, as a whole, I think will probably come out next year, but we'll be dropping some songs this year.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Could you tell us something more? Is there a planned date for a first song?
No, but definitely hopefully by the summertime we'll have something out. It's this record has a lot of energy, and there's a summertime song that I feel like it needs to come out in the summertime. So I'm hoping by summer we'll have a song out. But we have a lot of music. Like we're actually working on the next record that's after this record that's already going to come out.
Okay. Yeah. So I think you get a lot of time for working on records. So that's amazing.
I mean, it's literally all we've been doing since, COVID hit, since we came off the road.
Yeah.
We just started getting in the studio and writing songs. And so there's a huge list of ideas floating around.
Yeah. So, and the new records will be also the first records you release on your own record label.
Yes. Yep.
So, how did this decision come about, and how was did you change the approach on working for this record? Could you tell us more about
I would say we changed the approach a couple of records ago.
Yeah.
And just continued to develop the way we handle our creative and our business, just by, putting music out on our own record label. A couple of years ago, it was like we decided that we wanted to work and be creative with only people that are kind of within our circle, like our friends. Like we only wanted to work with like friends, family, people that inspired us, people that we know, people that, that kind of like we handpick to work with, whereas before it was always like, oh, the label suggests that you work with this big name rock producer and he does this band, and this band, and they all end up sounding the same. And after a while, we wanted to move away from that.
Yeah.
So it's just more control for us, and it's just a lot more fun. I mean, we're making music with like our friends, and we're having so much fun. And I think that's a key thing, is to enjoy what you're doing, and it comes out in the music. And I mean, this next record is going to be heavy and wild and so energetic, and it's going to take you on a great ride. And then the creative people that we work with when it comes to making videos or, doing social, the stuff with Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, like we're just in control of all of it. Yeah. And it's really fun. It's more DIY that way. I think the authenticity of the band comes out stronger when you do it that way. And we're in a good position to be able to do it that way, because we've been doing this a long time. Yeah. And we know what we want.
And you got a very direct response from your audience. So I think this is this is amazing. Sometimes perhaps for a band like Papa Roach, pretty much reactions, but pretty a lot. So, but I think that's it's cool for you if you guys decide to do this DIY approach. It's good luck with it. But you mentioned you're working with your friends. Could you tell us something more about the friends you worked on for the record?
Yeah, well, let's see. A very good friend of ours, his name is Jason Evigan. He used to be a singer in a band, and we toured together. We became friends with him. He was always just one of those super talented, very knowledgeable, creative, guys. He always had a studio, and it just so happens that when his band he stopped, playing rock music, like in a rock band, and he just started producing, pretty much everything from like pop and experimental music and all this stuff. And now he's like one of the biggest pop producers in the whole world.
Really?
And he just so happens to be one of our great friends, I mean, he's made records with everyone from like Madonna and Selena Gomez and Dua Lipa and all these people, but he can do anything. He's a rock guy at heart, you know what I mean? He just loves music. And so when we get to hang out, it's just like, hey, let's write a song, and then boom, we got a song in a day. And then it's like, we don't get to see each other for a couple months. And then we come over and hang out, write another song. Mm-hmm. And then the main collaborators that we've been working with for the past couple of years, Nick Furlong and Colin Britton, another thing, just two guys who are just insanely talented, fun to be around, producers that, when we get together, I mean, like we rented a house during COVID, and we just like isolated ourselves like on this compound up in the mountains. Yeah. And we just had a wild ass time, like just like 8 of us in this rented house, just swimming and barbecuing and sitting outside with acoustic guitars, writing music, riffing out upstairs, moved a whole entire studio inside a house.
Yeah.
I won't get into details on all the fun stuff we did.
Please do it
later,
please.
but I mean, it just makes what we do so much more enjoyable than, walking into some studio, and it's like overpriced studio making a record with some old guy, and it feels like, you're making a record with your dad. It's much more fun when you're making a record with your friends, who inspire you and push you, and they listen to you and they understand you and all that. So it's a good place.
Yeah. Is there, I think you already mentioned it, but is there one of your albums that you would call the game changer, or I think you would call more than one a game changer?
Yeah, I mean, definitely the first record, Infest.
Yeah.
Nobody had any expectations that it would be that it would reach the worldwide,
it's a classic.
I'll call it a hit. I'll call it a hit record. You know what I mean?
It's a classic.
It's
a
classic
classic
record.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like none of us expected that. And so we'll always be grateful for that record,
Yeah. Okay, cool. And just Infest, or would you say there are more? Because I think Papa Roach is a band which is constantly evolving in their sound and sonically, which
definitely Getting Away with Murder would be like maybe the second game changer, and then I think Crooked Teeth would probably be the third game changer record for me.
Sounds pretty cool, and I'm very very interested in listening to the new songs, like you mentioned, with all the guys you're working on, because I think this might be also a game changer. What would you say?
Yeah, definitely. This will be a game changer record. I was thinking about it, and it's funny because like my brain moves forward. I move so fast sometimes, and I'm already thinking about what I'm going to do next. So it's like sometimes I have to slow myself down. I get a little too excited, but it's a good thing, man. When you're just excited, and that means you've got that good energy just swirling inside of you, and it's you're just dying to get it out. It's a ferocious, wonderful feeling.
And I think it's good because you still got the vision and the idea where you want to go next, because there are a lot of artists who are writing records and afterwards they don't know what next. So they're just lost with their, I wrote all my ideas. I don't know what to do now. So I think it's very, very good that you got this feeling for the next record and for the next record.
Exactly.
You mentioned Infest. It celebrated its 20th birthday last year, and there was the exclusive in studio live session. Yeah. Are there any more live streams or concerts like this planned, or perhaps Infest tour after COVID-19?
Yes, that has been something that we've wanted to do for. We had planned on doing it, last year, and so maybe we can still do the Infest live thing. I mean, it would be fun to play that record in its entirety, for sure. And then we are planning on doing some more live streams. We've been talking about it. We haven't planned it and set a date yet, but we've been talking about it.
So might be in this year, perhaps in summer when releasing the new single.
Yeah, and we've talked about doing a little bit different than how we did it last time, like maybe doing a little bit even more broken down, like just because, again, like I said before, the fans asking for acoustic, broken down. I mean, to perform a high energy live show without any people in the room, it just doesn't have the same effect, you know what I mean? So why not experiment, have fun, challenge ourselves, do something a little bit different, maybe play our songs, but like, kind of reimagine them a little bit, and maybe even do a couple cover songs, which is the hardest thing for us to ever do because we have the hardest time picking, all agreeing on what songs we would want to cover.
Okay. I really hope that you will do this in a not so far away period.
Yeah, distant future, exactly. Yeah, me too. We got a lot of time to plan, so there's not a whole lot else going on. I don't think we're going to be touring for this year. It looks like we're going to hold out until next year.
Yeah, so there's still much time to work on other things.
Exactly.
Is there something something else you want to tease right here for?
I will say this. There's definitely some collaborations that are going to be dropping this year.
Yeah.
And
like
I want to let it be a surprise. It's still in the works, but there is a German artist that we collaborated with.
Really?
I won't say the name. Yeah, there is. And then there's all kinds of stuff going on. Like we're going to be releasing new music all year long, like every month, something new. And it's all going to be different. A lot of surprises.
Please, you need to tell us who is the German artist.
You'll never guess it. You'll never guess.
No,
but
it's just between us. No one else will hear it.
No, you'll just have to keep your ears open.
Okay. So I'm very, very hyped, and we'll definitely check all your Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook channels to read about this. Could you tell us a time frame for this?
I don't know the time frame. I don't want to give any misinformation, so
okay.
I just won't give any information on the time frame.
So let's think about it. Perhaps the first most obvious is Till Lindemann from Rammstein.
Oh, that would be awesome, but no, it's totally on the other side of the spectrum. I mean, you would never be able to guess. There's no way.
Okay, so Casper, who also did a collaboration with Parkway Drive.
And I love Casper, and
really?
I know him, and yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen him, but no, it's not Casper. I mean, you can go ahead, keep trying, but you'll never guess it.
Okay.
It's the most unexpected thing. Even when I heard it, I was like, who is that? Like, what? I don't even know what that, like, I've never heard of these people. And then I heard the song, and I heard Jacoby singing on it, and I was like, wow.
Wait a second. These people, is this something like in the EDM world?
Possibly.
Okay, I got two more ideas, and then we can close the interview.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
The first one is Scooter.
Nope.
Okay, and the second one might be perhaps Drunken Masters.
Nope.
Okay.
But I'm gonna check those out because you're
schooling
me right now on all the German music that I'm missing out on.
You should check them out, both of them.
Okay.
Okay, Tobin, thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you.
I wish you a sunny day because I think the sun is shining in your room. So
yeah, it's a little cloudy. I think it actually might rain.
Really?
Yeah, but it's all right.
So use all your time for getting rid of your instruments and work on new music. We're really, really, really enjoying and hoping to hear new stuff. But first, think of it: the best of record released which will be released on March 19th. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Yes, thank you. So, nice talking to you. Hope to see you soon.
Bye bye. Das war's. Vielen lieben Dank. Am 19. März kommt das Best-of-Album raus, The Better Noise Years. Kauft's euch, ladet's euch runter, streamt es. Vielen lieben Dank. Tobin, bye bye.
Bye bye. Peace out.